In my previous video, I described the telemetry flow, which is data gathered by devices using sensors sent to backend systems for processing and storage, and finally presented to the end users using frontend. But this is just a part of IoT capabilities. What is very important is that we can use IoT technology to send instructions to devices deployed into remote locations. That is called the command flow. So we've got a frontend, and frontend is used by the end users, by administrators, in order to manually trigger some actions. Those actions are forwarded to the backend systems, and backend systems are responsible for sending those commands all the way to the end devices. As you can see, depending on the architecture, sometimes backend sends data directly to a device. In other cases, backend sends command to edge gateway, and edge gateway is responsible for forwarding those commands to the end devices using local isolated networks. Additionally, backend can invoke some actions on its own in an automated manner without input from the users. For example, backend can automatically analyze telemetry data gathered by devices. If telemetry exceeds agreed range, it can trigger some rules, and those rules will invoke actions on remote devices, for instance, to adjust the parameters of some processing. But that is not a real time, because we can lose the connectivity to our remote devices, and in this way the process cannot be trusted that it will be monitored all the time. In order to fix that issue, we can implement the edge processing. So we deploy the processing logic all the way to the edge gateways. Edge gateways are connected to devices using local network. So even if the connectivity between the edge gateway and backend system is lost due to internet outage, edge gateway still can receive, process, and take actions based on data received by devices. Because edge gateway is connected to the same network as local devices, the latency is minimal, and we can monitor and control the process in real time. We leverage edge processing typically for industrial IoT deployments like factories or medical facilities. On this diagram, we can see the commands propagation from end users through backend systems, edge gateways, all the way to devices. And as you can see, this flow is in reverse direction as telemetry data. So devices send information gathered by sensors, which is called telemetry, and based on that telemetry, we can invoke some actions all the way down to those remote devices. I hope that was interesting for you. Let me know in comments if you've got any questions. I'm Łukasz Malinowski, the Internet of Things advisor and trainer.